we're getting more information and better deals from the realtors that we're talking to, even if it's not about the property we called about. So let's get that done. Okay, Xavier, let's get you up. All right, here we go. There he is.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just I had an update for the last property that I called that I told you about yesterday, the hypothetical one.
Yep.
All right, so I called them. Actually, how's your day going, by the way? I don't think I asked.
Good. Just getting going, nice and early here. You're in
Toronto.
Toronto. That's right.
Yeah.
East Coast. That's East Coast time.
Yeah. So I think we're about what 2 hours, 3 hours.
Gotcha. You?
11 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 o'clock here.
Okay, got you. Not bad. But yeah, so I called that property. I sent you through the DMs, and it looked amazing. But he said he had a mortgage on it, or what do you call it? A loan? Let me see.
Yeah, that's a mortgage.
He said no, the seller has a conventional loan on the property, and I asked him what it was, and he said it was 341. So that's not, I guess, within. If I was to do subject to, it's not within the range of like 80%.
Which one is it? This is St. Louis, right? Is this the St. Louis one?
Yeah.
And we like that one. Okay, so he's got a.
Yeah, he does.
And he said it's how much?
341. The monthly payment is 2,258.
Okay. We figured that yesterday, right? I thought we did. Let me just see. We can still work. Yeah, we can still work with that. Let's see. It cash flows so nice.
It does.
And I don't want to miss out on that. So this would be a hybrid, is what's known as a hybrid. And so it's basically doing mortgage takeover, and it's doing seller finance for the equity. And so let's take a look at it.
I was actually reading the you have a download. I forget in which channel I saw it, but it was literally explaining the WSA creative financing ebook. So I read that. I didn't actually know the specifics of a sub 2 or hybrid. So I found that pretty cool. So you're pretty much saying if they have a mortgage for 341, the last like 200,000 we would seller finance essentially.
Well, not the full amount, but we're gonna beat them up a little bit. Yeah, I think we knew this. We knew that it's a 5.66. His loan amount is 730, and this is the right one, and his payoff is 703. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
He owes 703,000. No.
No, it's for 569 is his original price.
That's his original price, but the mortgage, what's he owe on his mortgage?
341.
Okay, so we'll call it 340 he owes. And his monthly payment was around $3,000?
Yeah, monthly payments around 2,058.
2,858? He broke up.
2,258. 2258.
Okay, so let's call it 2,300. Yeah, because then cash flow, I mean, okay, so here's another reason to get Atlas. It's gonna make your calculations super easy. Mm-hmm. Let me show you. I'm hiding the address still.
I think the address is in the first page too, or the first picture. But that's a little bit difficult.
Okay, so we don't need to see that. There we go. I'll just go right to the. Okay, you seeing the? Are you seeing the my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the hybrid. It says not recommended, but it's kind of actually is recommended because we know there's a mortgage. So let's go here, and we're gonna put it in the. Okay, we know rent's 4,300. Down payment, we're not going to worry about any of that yet. Balance is 340.
341.
Okay. Interest rate, do you know what the interest rate was? I think it might be 5.5.
He did not tell me that.
We'll call it 5.5 just for giggles.
Okay.
2,300 for the payment.
Okay.
So now we've got, okay, the original amount of the
for the property?
No, for the loan. Do you know what the original amount was?
I'm not too sure. I could ask him.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to matter for our figures here. Okay. And so we've got an estimated rent. We're doing normal. So your PIT every month is about $3,000. It's 2,700. But we're pulling in 4,300. And so now what we've got to figure out, we're going back to that 25%, remember? So the rents are 4,300, right? Divided by 4 equals
like 1,075, is it?
Yep, 1075. Okay. And so that's what we want to pay the every month, but we're going to be paying 2,300. And so honestly, to make this work, oh wow, our cash flow goes way down. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, because our cash flow goes way down. Let's see. A whole lot of sense here. Yeah, so we're paying that 2,300 towards the payment. So there's not a whole lot left over. There should be though. There should be about 2,000. But we're figuring PITI is 3,000. So 1,300 left over minus, I think, yeah, that's right. Okay. So what we can do is we can take over the loan, but offer them like probably another 200 a month. That gives us 517. Get rid of that. So we're at 16%. Yeah, it's super tough. So in these situations, I just come in and I just want to just take over the loan and not offer them really anything more. But I don't know if we can get away with it here. They're asking 569 and they owe 300. So the difference of what they're asking minus the 340. So they really want 229,000 is their dream. We're not going to give them that. Okay, so the way to make this deal is going to be 100% on you to just talk him into taking over the mortgage, and just having that equity be part of the deal. I've done it before. It works, but it's yeah, no problem. So the way to make this work is you're going to have to talk them into just taking over the mortgage. Say, hey, I can come in. I'll take, because they've got a $3,000 a month burden right now. And it might be something that they just don't want to do anymore. And sometimes, not always, I should say not sometimes, I should say rarely, people are more excited about getting rid of that $3,000 a month because they've lost their job or whatever it is. That's a huge burden. Then they care about their equity. They've got $200,000 in equity. So that would be more of a subject to where we come. It's not recommending any of this because it doesn't recognize that there's a loan balance. So that's why you're seeing it. But I want to see in. Let me just see something. What is it? Yeah, yeah. You're, you're cutting out. Well, it's Canada. I blink Canada. Just become a state, and we'll give you some. Oh, it's so bad. It's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. Okay, so what were you saying? Try to spit it out. Let's see if your Wi-Fi cooperates. All right. When you're outside, you're better. Go steal the neighbor's wife. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Even though it's Canadian air.
Our MVP is one of that.
Well, we'll give you that. We'll let you have that. You guys get them all? I would think I'd be more of a sports guy. I'm not a sports guy at all. Boy, it's bad. Your, your wife is bad, bad. It's horrible. Okay, Xavier, I'm gonna let you work out your Wi-Fi. Maybe dump off and come back in, see if that works. But it is bad, bad, bad. Oh, might be better. Yeah, that helped. Okay, so I'm gonna actually, let's see. Any better? I mean, you know what? On this one, I'm gonna suggest something different. And well, I have a buyer that's excellent with this. And it's the Morty method. Have you heard of that? I can't explain it well enough. Yeah, and what happens is basically it's buying it cash, but turning it into a seller. I mean, turning it into a loan. But you have to have in place two things: a really good loan guy and another intermediary loan guy that will lend you the down payment basically for 4 hours. So you can pay the down payment and then turn that into a loan as well. It's kind of that simple. Um, I'll tell you what. Hey, Marilyn. I think this is one for Ron. Um, Xavier, I'm going to keep in touch with you. Let me run this one by Ron and just see what he says, and see if we can get a strategy to go after the seller with. Because if they're looking just to pull out, we can give them a larger down payment using this method, and I think that might be your solution. Okay, but you're in super spotty still. You there? And I'll reach out to you after the live because I'm gonna have to call him and talk to him about it. And then I'll reach back out to you. Okay. Okay.
All right, there we go. This is the last resort. I gotta jump on the
Okay.
phone. All right, so my dad is pull up the Wi-Fi. We got new Wi-Fi. I don't know why they decided to change, but it is
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
still bad. Yeah, it's still bad. Okay, you and I are going to talk offline afterwards. We'll just get on a phone call, and so it'll make it 10 times easier. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's cool.
Sucky Wi-Fi. Okay.
Man. Thank you.
I sent you a DM to remind you. Okay. Wow. Okay, no more bad Wi-Fi. Let's okay, guys, who else is in here? Let's see what's going on. Hey, SW, come up. Let's talk about your what you texted me. Your SW had a deal that kind of went south because the email didn't match up with his. So we were going to help him with the contract, and they got gun shy. So let's check out. Remind me the. And you're on mute, just so you know. I'm gonna look at yours.
How's it going, Trent?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. So the only issue with this one is that I found it on Facebook and she won't give me her number. We've just been texting.
Oh, she won't give you a phone number?
Yeah. She's
You know
not.
her,
What's that?
you know her name?
Yeah.
What's her name?
It is. Let me find it. Crystal Howard.
Okay. And where is this?
This is in Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas.
All right. Hudson? No,
Hutchinson.
that's. Let's see if we can get closer here.
I think she was confused because she said she didn't even want to click on the contract because she thought it would sign all like automatically or something because it got sent over in a DocuSign.
A lot of the reason that you're having the problem is a thing called I live in Hutchinson, Kansas. So the technology gets there last, I'm pretty sure. This might be her. This is in Howard, Kansas. Might live, let's just see. Is she with coal company or anything like that? What do you know the name of the do you have her phone number?
No, I asked for it when she was getting suspect and she wouldn't give it to me. That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna call her and see if I could ease her mind, but she
How are you contacting her? Just via email?
Messenger, Facebook.
Oh, Facebook
Facebook
Messenger.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a
shoot.
post on Marketplace, and I texted her on it, and then I got her email too. So
Oh, what's her email?
I'll send it to you. 1 second.
Okay. Is it what I'm showing on the thing?
CT Howard 1.
Oh, okay. CT Howard 1.
My Wi-Fi is terrible. I can't see your screen. It's not loading for me, but CT Howard 1 at Yahoo.
There's the other thing. I mean, the fact that she's still using Yahoo means she's probably over 60. So these are all the things that are going on. There we go. I got her. There's her phone number. Okay. So here's her phone number. I'm going to text this to you. Or do you want me to try to give her a call?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's see what happens. And actually, let's do that second. Send me the property just so I can see what it looks like.
Yeah. Let me get the address.
I'll stop sharing my. There we go. Hey guys, and today after we get going here, let's start calling realtors. Let's just get we'll get online. I'm more than happy to get the first calls done for you guys. Actually, what I'm going to do with my team today is I'm just going to, after I get off here, I'm just going to do a barrage of just massive amounts of phone calls. We've got a buyer in Tulsa, and I want to just start hammering him with properties, and so we can start it here, and then. All right, did you send that over?
Yeah, I sent it to your.
Got it. Okay, and so what are they asking for it?
Once. So it's on Atlas for like 67.
Okay.
But I offered her 50 and she was gonna take 50.
Really? Okay. Which means she would probably take less. So
I originally offered her 40.
Oh, you did? Okay. So
yeah.
Okay,
And she
good.
countered with 55 and I came back at 50, so.
Perfect. Okay. So you already worked the negotiations, so that's good. A lot of times when you guys say, yeah, I give him 50, and I'm like, oh shoot. But you did that, right?
I buy and sell cars, so I know about the negotiation.
Oh, that's right.
So I'd start now.
Okay, so is this vacant land?
No, there's a tenant in there that's been there for 8 years and has paid the same amount of rent for 8 years, which is
Okay.
$550, and it could rent out for like almost probably $950 now. But she
Okay.
either needs kicked or rent increased.
All right. And so you said the estimated rent is how much?
Like in between 9 grand, so I said 950.
$950 a month is rent?
Yeah.
That's what it can be. What is it right now?
Right now she's paying 550.
Okay, so we're going to base everything off what they actually are getting, okay? And the reason we do that is it's a stronger argument for us why this thing doesn't cash flow. Okay?
Right.
So we always go with what the best that's actually happening. So golly, if you got it at 50, let's see. Rehab cost, anything?
I mean, not much. She's paint, maybe 5 grand.
Okay, we'll put something in there. Because if you kick her out, then you're going to have to redo everything. Right now, at 50, let me get rid of these sound feet. Your net revenue is negative $90 a month. Okay, I know the potential of 950, and so looking at that, then that gets you to 410 a month on a $50,000 deal with 5. So it's a $55,000 entry fee. Well, probably 60, because they're going to have to. Okay. It's a wobbler as far as I wish I could see it. Did you have any pictures at all?
Yeah, I got interior pictures. I can send them to you.
Yeah, send them over. Let me take a look at them. What numbers are you getting? Are we getting the same numbers?
It's definitely tight. Yeah. But at 950 it cash flows decently.
Yeah, 950 would be great because you'll get that 400. Like right now, it's really losing $100 a month. And so
yeah, at 550 it doesn't work at 550, but he's been there for 8 years paying the same amount. So
yeah, and I mean on this end we look at it and we're like, well, we can just tell them it's going to be more. First of all, whoever lives there probably can't afford more. Kicking them out and getting them out is going to cost you at least a month's rent, and another month's rent. So you're going to lose that 950. You're going to lose $1,900 kicking them out, because you're going to lose. It's going to take a month to renovate. Nobody's going to move in while you're renovating, and it's going to cost you if you get somebody to help put somebody in there, they're going to charge you first month's rent for getting somebody in there. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad.
I mean, it's yeah, it just needs very minimal work. That's why I didn't put too much in there.
Yeah. So I get it. Boy, yeah, and the person's going to want to stay. I kind of guarantee that, just because it's very clean. They haven't abused it.
The seller said she could go either way. She said she's willing to leave or pay more. Just depends. But she doesn't want to deal with it. She wants the buyer to deal with it.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk. Okay, well, golly, I still think 50's almost not low enough. They're
That's why
asking how much?
40 was 67, I think.
Yeah, it's not enough, because I mean, there's too many ifs. If she pays more, if we get her out and go to 950, if. Yeah, if you get locked up, it's gonna be a tough sell. What I would do in this situation is get on Facebook and go into that area and just see if there are any buyers. And try to get a buyer first,
Okay.
because then you can come to the buyer. Because on this one, your assignment fee is going to be minimal, because your discount's not deep enough.
Okay.
So, but she's not talking to you now, huh?
No, she can. No.
Okay. So, let's give her a call. I'm going to call as a brand new call.
Okay. I have offered her pretty much everything I can at this point. I've offered her seller financing and all that, and she's trying to get into flipping houses.
Oh, she wants to get into it. Okay, good. That's helpful too. I'm just not seeing that house yet. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm not sharing this, right?
I don't see it.
Okay, good. So on Zestimate, it says 782 is your rent possibility there too. So that 950 might be aggressive. Yeah, because this is, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna try to look at it from the street, dude, just so I can see. Yeah, let's call her and just see where she's at, because I don't think. Do you know how long it's been on market?
It's just been on Facebook for I don't know. I can check.
Might be something to know. Okay, I'm just checking in the area too. Let's check the map in the area. Yeah, because everything in the area is really low. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, here, let me show you. I can share this with you guys. I mean, well, I guess they're in the 70s right next door to her on either side. That kind of shows 64, 44, 57, 37, and a 124, but it's a huge lot. Here, I'll share this with you. Yeah, I just think we're gonna have to get way lower for this to be a deal that's sellable. If you're keeping this for yourself, I would suggest it all day long, but it's gonna be tough to sell. Okay, so you see where I'm looking? 72 and 73 right next door, but in the 40s here, 27. This one's a big lot, but yeah, I mean 50's a decent price. We just need it lower because the rents aren't going to support it.
I really wanted to be at 40, but she said she turned down like 5 other 40 offers. So.
And you went up to what? After that, you went to 45.
I think no, she went to 55, and I came back at 50.
Okay, so we never made it through the 40s. Yeah, let me make a phone call to her and just see. I don't think I'm going to help much. But at least we have her phone number. Okay. Let me get this one going. Oh, sorry. Am I still sharing? Let me not share your property. Except no reason for anybody else to call on us anyhow. I don't think it's great. But let's see. Okay, so that's a way that when you can't find their phone number, I use Ben Verified. It's a website I pay for monthly for skip tracing, and it usually does a pretty good job. We'll see. We'll see if it works here. And her name is Cynthia? Christy? Oh,
Crystal Howard.
I was just trying all my C's. Okay, so 26. Well, let's give it a call and see what happens.
Reached is not in service.
Oh, there we go. So that's not in service. Okay, so that might not be hers. Yeah, I would say the best bet is just keep on communicating her to her through email, and see if she will. That 50, I still just don't feel like that 50 is a great number.
I mean, with her being this hard and 50 not even being that great, I may as well just move on to the next.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I really am, because just make sure. I mean, in the future, don't come up so high so fast, because you were at 40 and she said 55 and you said 50. I would come up to like 42 in those situations. And the reason I do it is because we can let that sit and wait a month. And then when they haven't sold it, at least they know they've got a $42,000, option. And you can always present it that way. Just say, you can send it right now and just be like, hey, I just wanted to give you a different offer. I can go 42. I talked to my lender. I can get that done. I know you've already said 55, so keep that offer, and if it works in the future, let me know. And that's it. You just set the time up.
Okay, I kind of did the same thing with 50. She was super firm on 55 and said she had other people that she's waiting on, and I told her just to get back with me. And it was a couple days later when she came back and said she could do 50. But I'll go leave it there.
Yeah, I think you're stuck at the 50 for sure.
Probably just move on. Cut my losses.
Yeah, just hang tight though. Just let her know. Say that 50. I just don't think it's sellable. So what I'm saying is go ahead and check in that area and see if there's any buyers, and just see if you can line up a buyer first, then you're better off.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go from there. I couldn't get those other houses in Ohio. I couldn't get past the AMD.
Okay.
Being split in 3 days.
Yeah. It's just not. I mean, you're risking too much. It's a pain in the butt to get back your EMD. So yeah, and we need that time to sell the deal. So.
Yeah. All right, I will let you know when I have more questions.
Crushing dreams. That's all I do.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Jenna, what's the update? You want me to call on? We've got a rogue realtor, right?
I don't know if we will say, well, he's rogue. I'll just say he just doesn't want to present the offer. It's
so
Mr. Combs.
Mhm. Let's see. So let's call him. Did you send me his? Wait, is it Steve? No, Steve is the one that.
It's Chris. I'm gonna send you some other things just so you're aware of the situation and what I kind of have done on my end, and then I'm gonna get his number for you real fast.
Okay, cool.
But it was just coincidentally, God put me over there in that area, and I said, "Hey, that house is for sale." And I looked at it and I was like, "Wait a second. I've been working on that home." And I saw that Mr. Chris Combs was the realtor on it, and I said, "Oh, Chris, I'm coming for you."
We're getting you, Chris. I wonder if
So
I
let me see if
saved it.
I can find this number real fast.
Yeah, and now how do you want me to handle it? Do you want me to handle it as a new inquiry, or
I'll let you take the reins and kind of see. He
okay,
won't
and
present the offer. They've dropped it by $2,000. I
okay,
think they're overpriced for the area. That's just my opinion.
no, that's
Um,
good.
I just would like him to at least to present an offer from us, not just, oh, we're not going to do that because of we don't have a contract.
Okay,
Here's his number right here.
oh, I've
So
got
I'm not
his.
really sure how to go about it. I just know that it wouldn't have popped up in real life for me if it wasn't meant for me, if that makes sense.
Sure. So wait, let me ask you, where were we at? What price did you offer?
Let me get back here.
I remember this didn't
I
cash
think we
flow.
were coming in just to take over the loan and just come in, take over the mortgage.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it right here real fast.
Yeah, the mortgage, the rate was 3.1. Their payments $2,000 a month, and rents are right around the same, like 2,900. So it's not a cash flowing, but you guys wanted to live in it, so that's what made it a little bit easier to get. Yeah, I'm going to check back in with him, is how I'm going to handle it. Because I think we talked before, and so
And
I just
you did speak with him because the message that I started with was, "Hi, you just spoke with my advisor Trent. I'm Jenna Carino, the transaction coordinator on this file." And
okay.
it just took forever to respond, and
Oh yeah, I've got him in my.
it's the property's been on Zillow at least for almost half a year.
Okay, I'm going to call him right now. Hang tight. Here we go.
Hi, you've reached Chris Holmes with Coldwell Banker Beyond. I'm away from my phone at the moment, but if you can leave your name.
Trying again.
Hi, you've reached Chris Holmes with Coldwell Banker Beyond. I'm away from my phone.
Oh, Chris, you're going to get sick of me here. Come on. Okay, I might be texting him and just have him send me an update.
Hi, you've reached Chris Holmes with Coldwell Banker Beyond. I'm away from my phone at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to send him a quick Colorado Springs, Realty Chris. And this is Emerald Vista. I'll just. All right, cool. Well, we put in another text. We'll see where they're at.
Hopefully he responds and
We'll
with good
see.
news.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times these guys are on vacation or they're doing their own thing or whatever. So,
And I understand
sorry.
that. I get that, but also at the same
You're,
time, your
you're
house has been on the market for 6
I
months.
know. I know. They don't care. They really don't, because they've got 10 others that they're worried about. So they just, so many things fall through the cracks in real estate. It's crazy. Okay, so you're chasing other stuff?
I'm still going after other things. I'm actually planning on calling some today. I've following up on some things that I've offered. So we'll see
Okay.
if something happens here sooner rather than later.
And you're staying in Colorado Springs?
That's where we're trying to move out to. Dakota would like to live in like Peyton area because it's a little bit more nicer. Either or.
Yeah, absolutely. And did the wholesale outlet stuff work out finally?
No, I ended up getting refunded for it, and then I went to go pay for it on my other, like my actual account, and I had to pay bills, so I just can't swing it right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. But you've been made good. You're all good.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Thanks,
Thank you,
buddy.
Trent.
See ya. All right, McMulchy. And guys, when
Hello.
you bring up your camera, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on? You got a camera?
No, my camera is still broken. I
Oh,
have no
geez.
money to get it fixed. Sorry.
No, don't worry. Let's make you some money. What's going on?
Yeah. So I was wondering if there's like a seller financing deal and they need rehab, but it's occupied. Like, what would you recommend that we do about that? Somebody else was saying to just like see if I can get the payments delayed for some months so
Yeah,
that
so
the repairs can be done.
send me the address. Let me look at it. Let me see where we're at.
Uh,
So it's occupied by the owner?
No, it's occupied by tenants. It's a duplex.
So that means it's probably good enough to rent because they're in there.
Yeah,
How
I
the
mean,
rent?
she said they're mostly cosmetic, but there are just some things that I see that I don't know. I mean, if they're
Well,
renting out,
don't base anything on your perspective. You know, your the way you would want to live there. If people are in it, they're okay with it. So usually we do renovations once somebody moves out and we've got a vacant apartment. Then
okay.
you'll go to the
So I
renovations.
just
So
don't even worry about that then.
you might not need to. Let me see. And then what are the rents?
The whole thing is bringing in 2,300.
Okay, so it's about 1150 per side. Okay, and how do you cash flow? Are you cash flowing pretty good?
Yeah, he's open to seller finance. So, and she told me they took a deal for a price point that would cash flow. So I think it's wait, I have to check. Well, I don't know. That was
What-
another question of mine because it could be like 17% cash on cash return. I don't know if that's good or not though.
That's okay. It's not tremendous.
No.
You need like 20 plus to really get buyers interested. Oh, but it's kind of okay. I see what you're saying. So it needs help outside and inside.
Mhm.
But there's people renting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would call this about $15,000 at least, maybe $20,000 in renovation. That's gonna happen at some point. What did you get the seller finance terms at?
Well, she told me that somebody had it accepted at 300,000 for 900 a month. So
Yeah, that's high. That one cash flow. I'm gonna share my screen. I won't share the address. You cool with that? And then we can look at
Sure.
it. I'll explain where we're at. So the beauty of seller finance is we want to get the payment low as possible because that's what's going to be our cash flow mechanism.
Okay.
So you're saying at 900. Here's what I would do. So their price point right now is 260. So I always come in to start at 260 at their offer price with a 5% down payment. That's where the 13,000 is. Are you seeing my? Are you able to see my?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, good. What year? How many year balloon did you offer?
8.
Okay, cool. And I always go 10 just so I can come down if I have to. We're saying the rent is 2,300, right?
Mhm.
And so with that cost breakdown and your 900 a month
Yes.
payment, so 900, so you'll still cash flow. Yeah, it's doing better than you think. you'll cash flow about $574 a month. Yeah, so that's not a bad deal.
Okay, that's all I
But
wanted to know.
yeah, so you're saying 300 and how much down?
20,000.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying 300, 20,000 down, 2,300, still with the 900. Yeah, so you'll cash flow. You're right at 28%. You're okay.
Okay.
I would love to get this down to like 575 a month.
Yeah,
To
he's
the
not gonna go for that. I don't think.
no, yeah. So yeah, I mean it's an okay deal at that's your price.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate
But
that.
yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. Your down payment's nice and low. Yeah, you've done good. This, I mean, it is. I mean, we can advertise it as a 28% cash on cash. So yeah, get that locked up and get that contract going.
Okay.
Did you go 0%, right?
Yeah. I was playing with
Good.
it in a different calculator, so it's not the same. But yeah, it would work out to 0% interest. I just have to like mess with the numbers to get the calculator to show a different payment. So I don't know exactly what the thing is. I went in like the negative so that I could adjust the payment because it did it by itself. It's hard to explain. I really don't fully understand why it does what it does. So
I hate those calculators because of what you're saying right now. I'm just like
yeah.
I'm like, what? That's the beauty of Atlas is see how simple it is. It just tells you, and it's almost like it's a crutch and a half. I mean, it really makes life easy, and then you know exactly what you're paying them in 10 years. So yeah, try to. I mean, you're good even at 8 years. I'm fine with that. I always go 10 years just to start, but you're okay because you're cash flowing about $600 a month.
Okay, cool. The other calculator was saying it was like 15% COC or cash on cash return. So I didn't even it with the same exact numbers. So it's weird. I'm not sure why I did that, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
I wonder why it's so far off because the numbers here totally make sense because I wonder are you putting in like what is your let's see what are you seeing as your PITI?
Let me look. Oops. It's telling me 1,000, I think.
Okay, so that's our difference. I'm getting 366.
Yeah.
So what's your number breakdown? I'm getting taxes at 275. Is there
The taxes I have 190 for taxes and 90 for insurance.
okay? So we're good there. I don't know how did it get up to 1,000.
No clue. Yeah, but I think it should be fine either way, right? Or
I mean, I trust this here. I'm going to send you these calculations just so you have them. So
I appreciate it.
I think you're good. I mean, it looks like, it's it's a very like sellable, solid deal. I think you're fine. There you go.
Awesome.
So
Thank you so much.
The Wholesale Atlas link, and so you can go in there and you can move those numbers around. It won't let you search any other properties, but you're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, good luck. Let me know if you need help selling it. Definitely go to that area, check out Facebook, try to sell it through there. But if you need help, let us know because we got an investor lift and we can put it out for you and JV with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Take it easy. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Trent. How you doing? I just got home. I was out running some errands. I figured I'd jump on and join the live.
Heck yeah. Well, did you talk to Gene yesterday? Hey, Gene, you're next. Come on up. I think
I did. Yeah. That's why I wanted to jump on. I thought maybe I could help Gene a little bit while he had questions.
Okay.
I worked with him on the deal he was interested in.
Okay, perfect.
I was wondering if I could get Trent's view. It's
Sure.
actually the same property,
Yes, send it over.
Okay. So it's, I'm just going to tell you the address. This isn't going to hurt
Okay.
anything. Yeah, it's 1216 Congress Avenue, St. Louis, 63138.
Okay.
And I just spoke with the realtor. He kind of burst my bubble a little bit. He said that so the Section 8 would be my I'm trying to build a niche of Section 8, and the Section 8 pays $14.90 in theory for a 3-bedroom, and
Right.
he said that they would negotiate that down to about $1,100. So that sort of
So wait,
puts us.
he's negotiating down your rent?
No, not him. Section 8 would. Section 8 doesn't want to pay their full price of
Well,
14.
Well, the way Section 8 works is they pay the $1,100, and then the tenant pays the extra, whatever the outs, like they'll pay $300, $400. Did you know that?
Well, I think the total price would be reduced, so they would both be paying less. Is what I understood.
Okay, so rent in the area, I mean, just normal rent is $1,310, according to the Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we figure the numbers at $1,310, what's your offer price?
He said that the neighborhood isn't good at all. So, yeah, and he just told me straight out the neighborhood isn't good. There's a lot of vacancies around there and stuff.
Okay,
so
cool.
I think that's gonna affect the price.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to sell.
The rental price.
Yeah, the rental price will be tough. Everything's gonna be tough if he's. That's interesting. Most realtors will never tell you that the neighborhood's bad. So this guy's being cool.
Right.
What do you offer?
I haven't offered anything. I'm just running the numbers right now.
Okay. Yeah. What I would do, here's exactly what you do, is you offer 40, and then you go off and look at other things and let just see what happens. I don't waste a huge amount of time on these unless they're going to be an amazing deal. So if you can get it for 40, then you're in a really, you'll be in a good situation. Let me double check. Yeah, you'll cash flow at 549, and that's incredibly sellable. Even in a bad neighborhood, some people are okay with it.
So at 5, how'd you get that?
Because I'm super smart. You just got to watch out.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
You looking at my screen?
Yeah, I'm having I can barely get my video on and my audio to work on my phone here, so it's a tiny little screen.
You and I have the same thing. It's called old guy syndrome.
I hate technology.
We kind of needed it.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. And again, a lot of times what we're doing is we're hitting these. We'll make our offer and then we wait because they're 3 days on the market right now. So they don't have any motivation yet. Did you talk to the realtor and did he tell you what the motivation was for them leaving?
He said it's vacant and that it was a flipper. I think is what he said. So they're flipping it. He said I brought up the fact that it was listed on Zillow for 125 one day, and I think on the 21st, and then the next day they brought it down to 99. And I said I assumed you did that because they want to increase their visibility. And he said, yeah, they want to move it.
Okay, well, cool. We'll help them move it. Go in and offer 40 and then let it sit. It's a time bomb. You're just going to wait for that time bomb to go off. That's all it is. Because the fixer, do you have PropStream too or no?
No, not yet. I have so much on my plate, right? So many different softwares and so many different programs.
Okay. Which ones do you have? So like, let's simplify your life a little bit. Because if you hate technology and you have a ton of programs, you're probably not using half of them and you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
So sit down and really figure out which ones you like. My suggestion is Wholesale Atlas because it's made for like a 12-year-old. And that's where right my level is 12-year-old.
Yeah. Me too.
So these guys, they bought it for 83 in 2020.
83.
Yeah. So they're either going to have to take a huge hit. This is probably going to be a tough one. So I would offer to them to just that you'll buy it for 40. They'll tell you no, but in 3 months they might come back to you and say, "Hey, you still want to pay 40?"
Well, that's kind of my. I mean, that's. I know if I could get it at 40, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't do that? But I mean, I want to start my business. I want to start owning, and I want to start cash flowing.
Okay. Do you live in the area?
No.
Okay. So if you're going to buy this and you live in the area, I'd let you pay a little bit more. This is hit them, be done with it, stop thinking about it, and move on, and wait for them to call you back. Because right now they're at 99. They bought it for 82, and they did all the renovations. They're already losing money. You can say the floors completely need to be redone. There's nothing, if they fight back, they're not going to fight back. They're just going to say no, and then let them say no. It's fine.
Well, what if the realtor tells me it's just a waste of time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it. Keep my number, and I'll keep that offer will not expire. And then find something else. I'll find you something better than this. So you make me a promise to go and tell them 40, and then I'll find you something else. Do you want something in the St. Louis area?
He's gonna be pissed.
I don't care.
St.
What
Louis.
cares? He's pissed. Who cares?
Because I'm trying to build relationships. I don't, if he might be able to help me get into something else as well.
Yeah. No, but you got to tell
I'm
him.
looking for 10 properties.
Great, Gene, but you got to get on the phone and do it. You've got to get 10 good properties. Don't get 10 crappy properties. This one is not good.
This one's turnkey. He said, if I asked him everything, he said, no roof, no plumbing, no.
You don't want to take my advice. I'm totally good with it, but that's my advice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Send me something good, and maybe we can do that.
Okay, what you're gonna do is send him an email, just say 40 grand, and that's it. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some lead gen for you real quick here, and show you. Okay, first of all, here's all the things you need to do. Don't worry so much about everything else around it, pissing people off, any of that. That's part of it. You gotta have thick skin, and don't worry about pissing people off. It's not. You're gonna have people that you're gonna help too, and so. We've got to find those people that you need to help. This guy, he paid 83 for it. He just wants out. He probably put another 20 grand into the renovation. So he's upside down. He should be motivated to sell it. Let's see if he is. So you offer 40 and see what happens. Cool?
Nothing's going to happen, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. Find some properties for me, and I'll give you a, what do you call it?
No, I'm just going to give
finder's fee or whatever.
No, I'm not worried about that. I don't need to make money off of you for this unless I'm JVing with you, and I'll take it to the end. But here, I'm going to give you some properties real quick. We're going to go back to St. Louis.
Yeah, let's JV. If you can find a better property, I'm open. I mean, I'm not hung up on this property, but I do want to get started.
But you got to listen too. You don't listen. You're not hearing.
No, I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
But you're fighting me on lowballing this guy. That's the business.
I told you I would.
Good. Okay, I believe you now. Here we go. Okay, we're in St. Louis. I'm going to go price low to high. I'm going to apply filters. And we're going to get things that are a little bit better.
Turnkey?
Whatever you want. You tell me what you want.
Yeah, because I'm not I'm
you
not a
don't want-
fixer of any kind. I mean, if it needs like an HVAC system, you know what I mean? Fine. But if it needs
Here we go.
$20,000-$30,000,
Gene, you ready?
yeah.
So 65,000. It's normal rents are 1,200 a month. Here's one for you to call. Okay. So I'm going to send you that. It's been on for 157 days. I'm going to send you this link in your DMs, and you're going to call on it. And the key to the whole thing is you want to find out what their motivation is. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. And I'm going to mark this that it's yours. This one's Gene. And the other thing I'm going to tell you to do is go get a wholesale outlets, because I'm going to get you. How long does it take you to get a deal to call on?
How long what?
How long does it take you to find a deal to call on?
How long? I don't know. I just started.
Okay.
I found these this weekend.
Okay. How long did it take you?
Well, I called the realtor. I started looking, I think, on Friday or Saturday, and I was running the numbers.
Yep. How long did
And I
that
wanted,
take?
well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days.
Okay, 4 days. How many properties?
There's only 2 that I can find.
You found 2 in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just sent you 2 in about 6 minutes, right? About 3 minutes, about 2 minutes, about 30 seconds. I'm going to send you more. These are all good to call on, okay? And what I want you to start doing is I want you to call these people and find out their motivation for selling. And if they've got a good motivation for selling, then proceed. Don't run your numbers first. Do you understand? Does that make sense? I don't think you're going to believe me on that, but don't run your numbers first. Make the call to the realtor first. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, but I'm looking at the photos and it's a little rough.
Okay, which one?
6705 St. Louis.
Okay, then delete it. Don't do it. I'm just giving you ones you can look at. So delete it and don't do it. But
Okay.
you got to get a little bit more of a killer instinct on this. Okay? Because you're not going to buy it. Here's a perfect one. This one's a good one too. So I'm going to send you that one. So that's 3 of them for you to work on. Okay?
Trent, he is looking to buy these himself. He doesn't want to wholesale these. He wants to buy and hold.
Okay. And are you in St. Louis, Gene?
No.
Okay. So, where do you live? I would only suggest you buy and hold near you if you're just starting off, because you want to have, a little more control.
Well, this is, I mean, even this one, this is not turnkey by any means.
Delete. I'm just throwing these out. I'm not offended. You just tell me what you like and what you don't like. I'm just trying to find them.
So I've got real estate experience. I've got a few years of buying, selling, and managing here locally.
Yeah, let's focus on my question real quick. What you want every one of them to be turnkey? So let me find you turnkey.
As turnkey as possible. So the St. Louis is a good reason, is a good area.
Do me a favor. Gene, look at the.
Can I speak, Trent? Can I finish?
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what I want.
I really don't want the story. I want to get you on the phone. So look at this one. I'm trying to find you deals that you can just call on. So do you see this one that I have up on my screen? Do you see the one I have?
I see it. What's the address?
Pictures. No, don't worry about the address. Please just focus. Is this turnkey to you?
Let me see. It looks.
You see
it looks. Yeah. I can't tell if it's virtually staged or really staged.
That is far from staged, bro. This is people that live in here with crappy stuff. So nobody's going to stage with this kind of stuff and a refrigerator with magnets and that somebody lives here. But I'm just trying to get an idea of what you think is turnkey.
So it looks fine. It looks fine.
So does that look turnkey to you, yes or no?
It appears to be. I don't
Oh
know
my
if it
goodness.
is.
Dean, you are a tough customer. Why not just
I
a
don't
yes
know
or
what you
no?
want from me. I don't know what you want.
This is
49.34.
good answer. It's super simple. I'm going to send this one to you. Okay. It's going to be in your messages. And go ahead and call on this one. Ignore all the other ones because you didn't like them. This one is good. Okay. It's been
How
172
much?
days on.
75? Okay.
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 So that's one to call on. So the first order of business is just to call. Don't do any numbers yet.
Right. Right.
Okay. So I just want you to call. That's it. I'm going to delete all the other ones so they don't confuse you.
So then you help me close it and I'll give you a fee.
No, I don't want to. You and I are no. That's okay. I don't want to close it. I want you to close it. I want you to learn this. This is really important for you to learn this. What I do want you to do is sign up for Wholesale Atlas because I'm trying to show you how simple it is and how easy it is to get these deals. And you're looking for specific stuff, and I just want to try to find specific the thing that you want on these. So this one, let me just show it to you. Does that look turnkey to you? Do you see the pictures?
It looks good.
Okay, good. So I'm going to send you this one as well. This one's 159 days on market. Okay, and I want you just to call on these. Make a phone call to the realtor. In fact, I'm going to have you go ahead and the first one. Let's call on the realtor right now. Are you on your phone or are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are on your phone? Okay. I want you to make a phone call to that realtor and just find out their motivation. Okay.
Let me see the thing again. 65,
Bro, it's
14.
you don't have to write it down. It's all in your DMs. Do you know how to get to your DMs?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just go into your DMs, click on that. You'll have all this information.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
What's that?
I didn't know that.
I know because you weren't listening.
No, I listen. You asked me a question and I'm trying to explain something and then you don't let me answer.
Well, yeah, because it's too much. I don't want to go that deep. We want to just the simplest. We got to keep this simple. I just want you to get on a phone, call these guys, and ask them why they're selling. That is it. You're not going to run numbers. You're not going to tell them a number. You're not going to make an offer. None of it. I just want you to do that and find out why they're moving. Can you do that?
Mr. Trent. Okay.
I'll beat you up, bro. I know where you're at. You're an overanalyzer. Am I right?
Yeah, but my deal, every single one of my deals in the past has worked.
Great. That's all.
It worked. So
congratulations. I love that.
I've never lost money. Never.
That's awesome. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So that I gave you two in about 30 seconds when you've spent 4 days on two. I don't want you spending that much time on two properties. And the key to not spending that much time is don't overanalyze them. Go right in and call them and find out what's going on. Because you might call them and it might not be a deal because you found out, it's an ancient burial ground for, people that are in the basement, whatever it is. I want you to find that out. Then you've got this awesome calculator sitting here with all 4 different ways of doing things that allows you to calculate everything and know all your numbers and know if you're going to cash flow and know what your COC percentage is. And it's going to let you generate an email. And there's your email.
By the way, what is your what is a good COC? What do you think is a good COC to reach?
Anything over 20%.
Okay.
But again, if you're buying these for yourself, it's your threshold. You get to decide what you want to make. I mean, on this one, in simplest forms, we're going to offer. They're asking 75. I would offer probably 40. Wholesale Atlas does 60%. If these rents are right in Section 8, then you know you're cash flowing for 468 a month. Now, is that good enough for you, or it's your threshold? I don't like that. I would want 1,500 a month.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's a little low, but it's not horrible.
Yeah, right. So that's why you got to decide what your threshold is. Okay, because you're going to be buying these. You don't have to worry about selling them.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Where do you live?
Okay. I live in New Mexico.
Oh, that's why we're compatico. Whereabouts?
Or what?
Albuquerque? Are you in Albuquerque?
No, I'm in Las Cruces. Remember? No,
That's
I
right.
guess
That's the green
yes.
chili. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Have you looked in Las Cruces at all?
For Section 8, no, or potential
No.
Section 8, no.
No, for
And there's
property.
nothing. I mean, yeah, all the time. There's nothing here, man. There's nothing here.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to other places. I mean,
All
even
right.
El Paso is their property taxes are absurd. So
Let's just double check it real quick. Let's see if there's something. Because if you can buy near you, that's 10 times better. Now, the other part of this is, what do you want to pay? Like, what's your financial threshold of? I mean, do you want to do $1 million property that cash flows $2,500 a month, or
no, I'm looking for cheaper properties, 100,000 and under. To each cash flow about 500 each. After everything.
Okay, good. Well, yep, St. Louis is your spot for sure. But what I would do is tell me which other programs you have.
I bought. Let me see. Richard's hold my hand.
Yeah, stay with that because they'll teach you a ton. I'm a big fan of Hold My Hand Wholesale. So
I
that's
have.
20.
Have you heard of Renatus?
What is it?
Renatus Real Estate. Let me see.
What are you paying for that?
1,000. This was before.
Oh boy, you're not still paying for that. That's done, right? You're not paying monthly.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, this was a few
Yeah.
years ago.
Okay, and then what else do you have for searching?
I used to have PropStream. That one
Okay,
was a big help. I used to go down. I used to gather my own information at the courthouse and do probate.
Okay.
But
Well, here,
yeah,
you're doing a lot of work. Where if you go on to Wholesale Atlas, you can find all these things. Look how many there are. And these are all in your wheelhouse. These are all the 75, 77. And this is just one page of 60. You know what I'm saying? This is the dream. So I want you to look into it because it's a great way to go. They gave me a discount for the first month for you guys that you can get 25% off. But this is going to help you get 40 different properties to call on today. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be calling. I mean, Josh, what did you call on yesterday? How many properties you call on?
So, but these are for sale? Are these on the market right now?
These are all on market properties.
Why don't they pop up in like Zillow?
They do. This is all from Zillow. It's just organized differently. So the beauty of this, Gene, is you can look at this and see, okay, I see the place. It looks pretty good. And then I can see what the rents are Okay, Josh is back. Kimberly's live. Gene, are you still around?
Yeah, I'm
You
here. I
doing-
couldn't hear you though.
Yeah, everybody froze. Yeah, so these are all on market, and so I don't know what part you heard about. Oh, nice. You're acting like you're freezing Kimberly, you little rat. Okay, so Gene, so yeah, these all tell me how you're looking at properties. Are you analyzing the properties? You're muted, just so you know. Gene? There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I mean, my background is in numbers, so I run numbers and I just
Yeah,
look at images and try to assess the conditioning.
Okay, so stop doing that until you call. Okay, so you're gonna call first, and I know you're gonna not do any of this, but I'm gonna trust you to listen to me and trust me. Call first, find out what's going on with the property, and then do your numbers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, I can do that. I have one question though. When I offer 40 on the property that we were talking about, do I write up a contract? Do I send proof of funds? What do I do?
You can send them a text and say, "Hey, I'd like to offer you 40. This doesn't expire. Let me know." That's it. You know why? Because it's 10 times simpler. Don't worry about an LOI. We don't think he's going to take that 40. If he does, it's the sweetest thing ever. If he doesn't, we're moving on. I want you to call on 20, 30 properties a day. Josh, how many did you do yesterday? How many did you call on?
I'm doing 25 a day, but I would say I'm going for quality over quantity. So that's probably 50 million worth of real estate that I called on, because I'm calling on $1 million deals now. So I'm not doing $100,000 stuff, but I would say about 50 million a day is what I'm calling on.
Yeah, so he's doing 25 calls a day, and you've got 2 properties over 4 days.
How many of those actually pan out? Is my question.
Josh? How many pan out?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
So how many of those
So I just
pan
had to
out?
turn on. Well, and I would say if one pans out, my assignment fee on that kind of deal is $100,000. So if I just did one of those a year, or 10, or one a month, that's $1 million, right?
If. Big
But
if.
Dean, if you would just listen for a second, how many deals have you done in your lifetime? Just real numbers. Be honest, please.
I've done, I think 5.
Okay, I've done 100 plus. Okay, I've been doing this for a long, long time. I went to college for real estate too. So when you get on here, you have a great privilege to listen to us, and I can give you numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I'm like doing math for fun. Okay.
Well,
And
my thing is I prefer to listen to Trent. You kind of interjected, and
Okay, no problem.
Gene, I
I'll
don't
take
feel
over.
like you're listening to anybody. I don't feel like you're
That's
listening to
okay, Josh.
anybody. I think you're just waiting for your turn to talk, and you're not listening.
Josh.
Because if you would
Josh.
respect both of us,
Hey, Josh.
that's yeah.
We're not looking for respect. We're fine. Let's help him. What's going to happen, Josh, and you'll see this, and it's happened before. He's going to start getting it, and he's going to be so appreciative at that point that that's all that matters. Okay, so we're just going to keep going. So, Gene, I gave you those properties to call on. They're within your wheelhouse. My suggestion is that you sign up for Wholesale Atlas, and you can be getting those for yourself, 60 at a time.
do you have that code for the discount?
Yep, I'll put it in the chat for you. You're going to be really happy about that. Also, you DM me anytime that you have anything you're confused about with Wholesale Atlas. I am more than happy to DM it and tell you exactly what's going on. Because you've got the knowledge to do this. It's the drive to not overanalyze is where you're going to have a hard time not overanalyzing. I underanalyze, but it's because I want to talk to realtors. The realtors have your deals. Okay?
All right.
Make sense?
Yeah, I'm
I only-
willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, honestly, I only beat you up because I think you're going to be fine. Okay? And I think you've got what it takes. And so you've just got to do it.
Okay. Got it.
Stop worrying about the what ifs and how many, what are the analytics of how many deals am I going to get? I didn't expect to, but I bought 5 deals this year. I didn't expect to do that. I started a year ago. So we never know. Everybody's path's different. So don't worry about that stuff. Worry about talking to realtors and chatting with them, and be as curious as you can be. Okay. And don't worry about if they piss you off or any of that stuff. It's about just customer service and being nice to them, and just, see if they'll give you a deal.
Okay. Fantastic.
But I'm on your side 100%. I beat you up because I know you got this.
No, I understand. I get it.
It's tough love. New Mexico style.
It's a scrappy state, man. I gotta get out of here. Anyway.
That's why I got out. I got out 30 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, bro. You're good. I really want to hear from you every single day, and tell me, I want to hear that you called 10, 15, 20 people today. Okay. And so just call me back tomorrow. Be here 8 a.m. I'll be here every morning.
Okay. Right on.
Okay, bro. Go kill it.
Thank you. Bye.
Later, bro. Okay, Kimberly, what are you doing? How can I beat you up?
How can you beat me up? I'm matching you guys so I can sell a
Nice.
house, you know?
That was
So,
good. That's all it takes.
Yesterday, I think things happen for a reason.
Good.
But
What
I
happened?
scheduled him. We couldn't make the call. I remember both of you were there. I texted him he was done for my offer. He said no.
Right. Okay.
Joshua called him. He was
Right.
willing to do 50. You said that, right? So now you want me to lowball him at 50, right?
Lowball him lower because hey Josh, where did you get it to last time?
I think he's considering 50. To be honest, he would probably take that if
Yeah. And what
if
did
he
you
was
get him down?
presented maybe the same.
And I called him on Saturday with a 65 offer, and then he said no. And then
That's right.
yesterday called me. Well, yesterday texted me. He's like, we can schedule a phone call because I know I'm the higher one, right?
Yeah.
I'm the
Okay.
one with the
So
highest offer.
yeah. So go ahead and do the call. Make it 50. I think that's where he's
Okay.
at. You can
Well,
go
what's
50.
my
Just a little bit different.
Okay. When
Go
he
for
said
it.
no to my offer, I told him that we have 5 times to brainstorm this, and then I call him.
Why?
Yeah.
What? You told me you're calling him at a certain time?
Yeah,
9:30?
9:30. We schedule it because he knows that he thinks he's locked with me at 65, right? He said no to me, and then was like, give me a second, I have a meeting. Can I call you after? Yes. And then this happened, right? You were
Yeah.
on my meeting. And then I'm like, I'm back off a meeting. Can I call you again? Oh, we can schedule it tomorrow at this hour. He wants to make it proper so we can close the deal, but he doesn't not know that I'm going for a left hook.
Boom. You're
And
going
he
to
was
take him
going
out.
down. Yeah. So
Okay. Well, I think you're good. And you're going to blame all of it on your lender. Say, I tried to run it through my lender and he said no to that price. The best I can do is 52.
okay. And also,
Okay.
I know that, yeah. I'm going to also tell him that we checked on the local electricians because he said this. So I'm using his words against him, basically. He said
Sure.
that the electrical stuff of fixing is going to
Cool.
be around 8,000.
Yeah.
said
So
it to
don't
Josh.
over explain it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want you just to make an
Okay.
offer and be firm with the offer. Just say,
Mm-hmm.
I've gone over everything. Talk to my rehab guys. Don't over explain it, because once you start over explaining it, that you don't seem to have credibility,
Okay.
because you go into
Keep it
your
mysterious.
well, just less is more, because you have a million stories for a million things because you're a filmmaker and that's what you do is tell stories. And so don't worry about your credibility, any of it. Hey, this is what we can do. I talked to my lender. The best I can do is 52. I totally understand if you don't, if you don't like that, but that's where we're at, and there we go.
52. Okay. 52, my lender does not let me, and also the fixing. That's the last part. Like,
But hey, I came up with the number to offer you, and 52 is my offer. That's all you do. Super simple. Can I send over a contract? Okay. Make it, when you're talking to people, guide them down the road to agreeing with whatever you're saying. Like, hey,
Okay.
I'm going to give you 52. Can I send over that contract? Get you to sign that? Will that work? That kind of an attitude.
It's like, yeah, you want
Okay,
this, right?
Go
I'm
for it.
texting him. Okay, good morning. Do you rent property?
Me?
Yeah.
I have rentals, yeah.
Okay, because I'm checking right now. What do you
Oh, you
think
mean
when people are? Yeah.
in this area? I don't do it in
Yeah.
California.
I know, but like, it's not about like asking about a property. It's like, what is it appropriate if I bargain for like trying to lowball my
100%.
negotiation? Okay.
Absolutely. Always. Bargain everything. I don't care where you are. If you're at McDonald's, ask them what they're going to give you for free. Start
Okay.
getting used to doing that. Because everybody always tells me, "Oh man, well you're just lucky." I'm like, "No. I ask. If you don't ask, you don't get." Literally, next time you're in the drive-thru, say, "Hey, what do you guys got for free today?" In a nice, just be friendly. And they'll be like, they look for something. They're like, "Hey, would an apple pie do?" And like, "Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks." It's so funny. I do it all the time, just for fun. My kids do it. It's something you just do. People want to give you things, but you have to ask for them.
Okay. I asked because my mom does also real estate, but in Mexico. In Mexico, people are different than the US. She's like, if they start bargaining at the beginning, it means that I'm gonna struggle with them on rent for the next stuff, like the negotiation.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I can see her perspective makes sense for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when I'm in Mexico, I bargain like a maniac.
Yeah, I mean, in Mexico, we know how to do that. Yeah.
The best.
But when it
So
comes
much
to
fun.
property, it's like, no.
Then you're like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's call him. Just call him. It's
I'm gonna
9:30.
be-
Kimberly, call him.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Okay.
This kind of crap. You guys waste so much time with these kind of like silliness. I'm in a pissed off mood today, huh?
Let me have my ritual. Okay.
I got you.
Okay. Jesus. Okay.
What? And I got you praying? Everything.
Yes.
Good morning, Nono.
Hello. Yes.
Okay. So how you been?
I'm doing great.
Cool. I've been checking about the property, and we have been going through some negotiations. I just want to know what you think currently about the state of your house.
Okay. What are the negotiations? Give me 1 second to doing it. What are the negotiations?
Excuse me?
What are the negotiations?
We previously talked about your house.
Yes, I'm interested in hearing the offer.
Okay. I have news for you. I talked to my lender, and I cannot offer you more than 52.
No problem. I can't accept that, brother, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, that's fine. I checked around the place, and the electricity. It's gonna be around $8,000 to fix. That's why it's one of the issues. I would love to go what we agreed upon, but unfortunately, this house I can on 50-day closing, I can totally pay you that straight up
No
cash.
problem. I will not accept it, brother. Don't worry. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
That's it.
That's it.
So what happens is you're not very believable on the phone.
Okay.
Because everything you're saying is, I feel like you're going to say kind of in front of it. Well, I'd kind of like
Kind
to
of.
maybe, offer you like maybe kind of. That's your tonality. And so it's
Mhm.
like, if I were to come in and talk to him, or Josh, when he talked to him, everything was Josh was very mellow. He's like, yeah,
That's a
so
very
well,
good demeanor.
and it's very confident.
Mhm.
Your demeanor is, I know a few words, I'm going to use them when I can. They don't fit in the conversation. You know what I mean? Why did you bring up the 50 days closing? I
I
don't
say
even know what that.
15. It was my
Yeah. Well,
initiation.
you're not gonna close in 15 days. That's not a case. Why would you say that?
I said 15 inspection day, I thought.
No, you said closing. We'll
Oh,
close in
fuck.
15 days. Whoa. Okay.
Oopsie. I'm so sorry.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Trent,
Mhm.
What you got
could I?
going on right now is you've got some terms and you're still trying to worry about your credibility. And so I want you to slow way down when you talk to people and just be like, a little bit more confident. Josh, what do you got?
I would say we're splitting hairs at this point because the guy is so close. We're within 10 or 15,000 of him saying yes, right? That's splitting hairs, in my opinion, on a real estate deal. If this was
Mhm.
$1 million property, you're not going to even negotiate for 10 or 15,000, right? And when you
Mhm.
get to smaller deals like this, I see this a lot of times where people are squabbling over 2 or 3 grand at the end of the deal. And I would just say, well, if you can't do 52, how close can you get to that number? And put the ball back in his court and let him give you a number and then just shut up. Don't say anything and let there be an awkward silence and allow him to really think about it, because as humans, it takes us a minute to process this information. You just hit this guy with an offer and he might need to think about it. So even if you said, well, think about it at the end and let me know tomorrow or something like that. So then it gives you a chance to follow back up with him after that offer. But I would have said, look, we're splitting hairs. So we got to be within a couple grand here. We're not more than $10,000 off, right? So I would say just start the negotiation and continue the negotiation. Don't just say, well, it's this or nothing. And sometimes when you're in negotiating, you'll say, well, we'll meet in the middle. Well, sometimes the middle's 60-40. The middle doesn't have to be dead smack in the middle. So, splitting hairs. And then if we were to take it a step further and say, well, what if we were to meet in the middle? Where would you like to be at? And then, well, what if we met in the middle? Would that work? And try to continue the negotiation. Once you walk away from the table, the deal's dead. It's like the customer walks out into the parking lot and they fall off the cliff. They never come back. And that's where you want to close these deals, because you got a ton of time in this. You want to close these deals fast within 5-10 minutes of the call. You're framing it, you're getting them qualified, you're building trust, and then you're presenting your offer. Boom, boom, boom. And you'll find in time, you'll have a better structure in doing this. I've been doing this long enough where I built my own style and I have a lot of different techniques that I'm using. Sometimes I'm doing it subconsciously. I don't even realize that I'm doing some of these things because it's ingrained in my mind so deeply that it's a natural reaction, like a reflex. And you'll get there. Just don't give up. You're doing great. Don't let anybody
So
discourage you. You're doing great. Just keep
let's give
it
you
up.
I'm going to give you some homework, Kim. The homework is, and it's in the chat, it's a book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. He's an FBI negotiator. Awesome. And it's going to teach you the art of, like, a thing like Josh was saying. One thing I do is I come in and I say, hey, I've got some bad news for you. The best I can do. So you prepare them a little bit before you, but I want you to read that book. Just listen to it when you're on the bus. It's up. You can get an audio, you don't have to read it. You can definitely, you're going to be fine. I think everybody in the chat recognizes that you are somebody who is going to be fine. You just got to get some tools under your belt. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I just text him and be like, this is the offer. This is.
It doesn't expire.
No, it expires. I don't want to be dealing with him anymore. Like, if he wants to sell his house, he's going to sell his
Attitude.
house.
No, but that's not the attitude. What if he comes back to you tomorrow and says, "Oh wait, I want to do it after all"? You're not going to deal with him?
I told him
Lies.
the final offer is 52 and 50-day inspection, and the offer will expire 27.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you gave him a little bit of urgency, but now, how many other
I'm not
houses?
gonna-
How many other places have you called on?
because I've been moving, not many, but I have another. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you information. I'm
I
gonna
want
take
you
a
to
little break.
I want you to have 10 or 15 of these in the pipeline going at all times. Okay.
Yeah, currently I'm moving. I cannot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you finish moving, jump back on.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. See ya. All right. Who else? Who wants to get beat up? Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't know if we're just not connecting today, but my whole point is to simplify this whole process. That everybody seems to have such a complicated way of doing this. When it really comes down to getting on the phone and making connections with realtors and finding deals. That's it. And so the biggest part of that is getting on the phone. If you guys want to, we can do some lead generation, and I'll hand out properties like I did with Gene, if anybody's into that, if you guys want that. Or I can go and search for some for myself, and you guys can watch the process. But tell me in the chat, what do you guys want? Randy, you want to come up and get some deals? I'm more than happy to do that. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'll do it. See you go through it yourself. Okay, how about I'll do it for Randy, and it's the exact same process. But then Randy can walk with some deals that he can call on. Okay, Randy, you're up. And if you have a camera, turn it on. That's 10 times more. If you want yourself, I want to see you. Okay. Cool. So the ones I'm going to do, I'm going to hand over to Randy. And so it'll be the exact same process that I would do otherwise. So, and then at the end of it, I'll go ahead and grab some for myself. And for the rest of the day, for me, I'm going to be calling on these with my team, and we're gonna lock down some deals. Okay, Randy, you there? You're on mute, just so you know. It won't unmute. Let me see if it's on my side. Hold on. Nope. You might have to dump out and then come back in. Sometimes that happens. That's weird. Why would it not? Huh. Okay, we'll wait for Randy. I'll call you back up. Let's see if it works now. No bueno, huh? Still not letting you. Okay, you might have to totally close out Discord and then come back in if it's not working. Yeah, just close it off altogether.
Did you hear me? There we go. Sweet.
Yeah. What's
All right.
going on? You have a camera?
I don't. I'm using a PC, so I need to get a camera for the top.
No worries. Okay. All right. So tell me, where are you at in this wholesaling journey?
So I started with Richard about, I would say like 6-7 months ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
And,
so you
and I've kind of been on and off. So I'm getting back into it now because I'm sick and tired of my job, and I'm like I got to make this work now. So
okay. No, the motivation's everything. Being hungry is huge. I love when people are hungry. What's your job now? What are you doing?
So I do septic work. So I install fields and do inspections and pump tanks.
Okay, so it sounds like crappy work.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That was a dad joke. I had to do it. You made it too easy. Where do you live?
I live in upstate New York, like an hour away from the city.
Okay, like
West.
Albany.
Yeah, like Albany. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to look for? So you got a pretty good knowledge base. How comfortable are you with doing everything?
Like from running it from comps to calling the real estate to getting to offering a deal.
Yeah, just what are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? How about that?
Probably talking to them. I have no problem. Probably offering them a deal would be my problem.
Okay, and what did you not have a problem with?
Talking to the real estate agents. I'm good at talking.
Okay, you're good at talking. Are you good at calling? Those are two different things.
Like, what do you mean calling? Like 15,
So-
like calling people? Like,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm really good on the phone. And I'm like, oh, well, how many people you called? Well, not too many. So, do you call a lot of real estate agents when you're doing this, or no?
yeah, I call usually like 10. Try to call 10 a day.
Okay, and how many are you getting through to?
0. So.
Okay, so no, this is the reason I'm asking all these questions is so I can narrow down why for 6 months you've been doing this, and it sounds like you haven't had success yet. Am I right?
Yeah, well, I kind of need to, I don't know, I feel like I'm having like a block, so, but I need to get through that, so.
Hang on 2 seconds, somebody's in the door. He's signing up for everything. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we're narrowing down why this hasn't been successful yet. Fair enough?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, like, if I have to say I wasn't fully 100% into it, I was bouncing in and out, in and out, in and out,
Okay.
but, I need to start calling more people and actually be 100%, so now I want to be 100%, so we'll see.
Perfect. Okay, tell me your process. When you call somebody, how did you find the deal? What did you do to get the deal that you're going to call?
I would go on Zillow and I would find like a distressed property, and
Okay.
then I would look at the pictures and then determine how much I would offer them, and then
Okay.
I would just say, hey, listen, I mean, your property looks a little beat up. I mean, I could give you like 80,000 for it,
Okay.
and I would just wait to hear back from them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to flip everything upside down a little bit for you. The most important part of this whole deal is rapport. Okay. And so what you've been doing is you've been kind of going on Zillow. Is this kind of the way you do things, where you look around and you
Yeah.
find an area to go? Let's call it near Wichita. Let's just see what's here. And then you're rolling down. And are you putting in a price here?
Yeah, I usually do like 100 to like 250.
100 to 250 is where you're going to be. Okay, so distressed properties 100 to 250. Okay, and so let's just see what pops up, and then you can give me an idea. So let's say you find, I'm going to try to find one that's hammered. You like him distressed?
Yeah. Yep.
And why?
Because I feel like I could have more opportunity to be able to give them a should we accept my deal?
Okay, so what? How much?
And cash buy, and so it would be a cash buyer. You know what?
Yeah, and how much construction? Have you done a ton of construction? I know you do septic stuff, but I mean, you know construction pretty well.
I mean, I used to build roofs, but not that much.
Okay, so you got a little bit of an understanding what things cost.
Yeah.
You can look at the house, you feel comfortable looking at a house and saying, oh, that's going to be $30,000.
Yeah. Yeah, or I'll go on, I'll see like the square footage of what if the floor is damaged. I'll go on Home Depot and I'll look up like how much flooring costs for that much square footage, and I could sort of price out how much it's going to be. So.
Okay. So you're doing a lot of work before the deal gets done. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Let's stop.
I just everything is overthinking. So.
Yep. And that's what I think. I think that's really most everybody's problem is we overthink everything and we self-defeat. So we're like, okay, I'm going to call on people, but I'm going to go make a bologna sandwich first, and then I'll get back to that. But so what I try to do, and the way I teach, is I try to simplify everything. Okay, my way of teaching, and it's based on Richard's way of thinking, but Richard is way too complicated for me because I'm not too smart. Okay, and so what I've done is I've found Wholesale Atlas. And the Wholesale Atlas makes life simple. So let me just show it to you, and I'll show you what you're going to start doing and what I suggest for you.
Okay.
Let's pick a, let's see, let's go to, where did we go? I'm just trying to find something that's going to be, let's go back to Kansas and just see. So what I do is with this, you can search a city. And so I'm going to go to Kansas City, Missouri. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort by price, low to high, and I'm going to apply the filters. And then what I do is I come down here and I make this into 60 of them, and I'm going to look at it once. Okay. So your price range was, in the 100 to 200, right?
Yeah.
So let's go down here and we'll just start finding ones that are starting at 100,000. But the most important thing we're looking for is that the rents are 1% of the purchase price. So like right here, we get a $98,000 house and it rents for $1,490. Okay. That's what to call on. And that's it. Then you make a phone call. Okay. So no overanalyzing, no going to Home Depot, no going on Zillow. You can look in here, you can see, okay, it's not horrible. It's rentable. It looks good. I'm going to call on it. And then you call on it. Here's all the stuff you need, and you can call on it. You're on your computer?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got your phone right next to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send you this.
Okay.
And you're going to call on this. And it's really that simple. I oversimplify it because what you're going to do on this first phone call is all you're going to do is try to find out their motivation. Hey, why are these guys moving? You're going to have to chat with them about the fireplace that isn't really a fireplace, or you can just chat with them about the property. Is it renting now? How old are these pictures? Anything you can do just to be chatty with the realtor to find out why they're moving. And the reason I'm so into finding out what the motivation is for them moving is then I can decide which way I want to go with it. Okay, is this something that I want to go seller finance? Is this something I want to do a cash deal? We know on this one right off the bat that there's no open loans, and so this they own. They've been on for 86 days. All these things are great, but the most important thing is let's call and ask, find out what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a setting I need you to just turn off, and it's in your voice and video. But you can see where it says video connected over on the left hand side near the bottom.
Yeah.
Go over to the right, and there's a little icon with 5 vertical lines.
Yeah, I see it.
Click on that and just turn it off. Disable it.
Okay, it's off.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you're just going to call Kimberly, and that's it.
Okay, like live now?
Yep.
Okay.
And make sure you pull that up on your computer just so you have pictures that you can look at and you can ask questions.
What's called the Wholesale Atlas.
Yeah, I clicked it. I sent you a link in your DMs, and if you just click that link, it'll pull it up for you. You have to subscribe to it to see, but this will give you at least the listing that I gave you and allow you to calculate it.
How much is the Wholesale Atlas?
It's $75 a month. It's less than PropStream, and then I've got a thing. Marilyn will put it in the chat where you get 50% off the first month, and so it's a great way to kind of check it out.
Okay.
It's ridiculous, though. I mean, it's I rely on it constantly. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it makes everything so much simpler too and quicker.
That's what I want for you guys, because quite honestly, you're not going to do things if it's a pain in the butt. It's just that's who we are, human nature. We take the path of least resistance.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the pictures real quick. This way I could just.
Yeah, just have something to talk about for sure. Did that pull up okay for you?
Yeah, I got it up. I'm just gonna dial her number and then call her.
Okay, cool, good. And so no numbers, only motivation on this first call. It allows you to get on calls easier. Is it ringing? Because I can't hear it on our side.
Yeah, could you hear it?
No. Okay, yeah, just bring it closer to you.
Kimberly, please leave a message and I'll get back.
Yep, you just call right back. So what I usually do is I call 4 times in a row.
Okay.
The first 2, which is, it's kind of funny, but the cell carriers don't let your calls go through the first 2 times, believe it or not, because they think it's, and so the third one should go through, and if not, the fourth one. And then what I also do is I send my full name to that phone number and say, hey, this is in your full name, and that way it will pop up and it'll say maybe, Randy S.
Okay.
These,
Did you hear it?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Kimberly. My name's Randy Spruck. I'm local real estate and local real estate. Hello. Could you hear me? Hello. Hello. Could you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Kimberly, are you there? Hello.
I'm not sure who this is, but I can't hear you.
Okay, just hang up and call back.
Okay.
Hey, and do me a favor, don't worry about your credibility at all. Just say, hey,
Okay.
calling about 3431 Monroe. What can you tell me? The credibility part makes you sound less credible, just so you know.
Okay. All right.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Kimberly?
Yes.
I'm a local real estate investor. I was just calling about property that you have listed here.
Uh-huh.
Could you just tell me a little bit about the property? It's 3431 Monroe Ave.
Yes. What exactly do you want to know?
Well, I mean, I'm just curious. I was looking. I could see that you have like a fireplace in there that's like not really a fireplace. I'm just kind of curious on how it's going so far with selling property.
I'm getting a lot of offers. We're just not getting offers high enough that the seller has accepted.
Ooh. what are the offers that they're that are coming in that he's not accepting?
Well, he's not accepting, well, I mean, the property is priced at, I believe, at 93,000 right now.
Okay.
And so if you're going to try to discount, and we just did a price reduction. So if you're going to try to discount the property, at 10 grand or something, then that's probably not going to be a go for the seller.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of people who want to do flips, and so, they're looking at making, all the profit on their side, so they kind of want to lowball the owner, and, the owner doesn't really come out with much, and so that's not a deal that he's interested in entertaining. If it's somebody who wants to use the property as a rental and put a renter in there, and they're not trying to flip and make 50 grand in proceeds or whatever, that probably wouldn't work for this particular property.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm just calling because I just want to grab information from you from this house, and then I could reach out to a couple of my guys, and then I could call you back with a price.
Uh-huh.
So
are you a wholesaler?
I'm a real estate investor.
Okay. But you're not looking at it for yourself. You're looking at it for possibly someone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. It was good talking to you, Kimberly. When is a good time that I could call you back?
Probably best time would be after 6.
After 6? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Can I beat you up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, what everybody seems to do is go right to credibility. With her, she was telling you all the problems, right? Like, oh, this isn't good for that or this. Don't be afraid to just be dumb and say, well, why? Well, explain what's going on. Like, why? Oh, he's not going to take 10,000. Well, what would he take? Like, where does he want to be? And that because she opened the door for you to know exactly what he would take. We know they've got it up for 98, but she's already telling you that it's going to be less, right? Hey, with the price drop, we're not going to take 10 grand. Well, awesome. Yeah, neither would I. I agree with you. That's not a good deal. What would you take? Do you see how now her 98,000, she discounted it because she said she's not going to take 10 grand. And so you kind of want to be empathetic. You kind of want to be like, oh yeah, man, that sucks. That's got to be tough. Or, oh yeah, you're getting all those calls. I'm so sorry. What is a wholesaler is another great question. When they ask you if you're buying it for somebody else, you don't really want to ever say that. You can always say, I'm kind of a moron. I'm a new investor, and I was looking at this as an investment opportunity. But you're saying that you wouldn't suggest that. Can you explain why? So do a lot of why questions. Oh, well, why is that? Oh, well, how can we make that work? Or those kind of questions to allow her to talk. Okay?
Okay.
So how did you feel it went? Where do you feel like you needed to change things?
Definitely when she asked if I was buying it or if I was looking to get it for somebody else. Like what you said, just say that I'm just a real estate investor and I'm just looking at it and I'm kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something along those lines, but then I was like, I don't want to, because when it comes down to I'm actually, if I do get the deal and I close it with her, she's gonna know I'm wholesaling it. So I don't want to lie to her now and then her find out later.
Doesn't matter. So here's my whole point for this. I want you to do about 20 of these on houses that don't matter. And it's just to build up a cadence and to be offered questions that you can kind of write down answers for. So next time when somebody asks you, wait, are you buying this for somebody else? You're like, no, I'm an investor. You'll have something to say, because that's where you can get things going. You want me to you want me to call one just so you can see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, please, yeah.
My approach is way casual. And I'm a little bit, sometimes I'm silly, sometimes I'd never know what I'm going to be. So let's go. So I'll call on this one. Well, this will be cool because this one is negative 671. There's something going on with this one. And so it'll give me something to talk about. 73 days on. It's got a horrible red fence. 12 more pictures. It's pretty hammered inside. Okay, so that's all I need to know. Now I'm going to give them a call, and I'll have tons to talk about with this one because it's kind of a weird place. So here's what we'll do. Let me give it a call.
Okay.
But I want you guys to just be 10 times more casual and relaxed, because everybody is, it's almost like asking a girl you really think's cute out on a date compared to asking a girl that you don't think's that hot on a date. It's easier to ask the one that you're not as vested in,
Yeah.
But I never asked any girls on dates. They always asked me. So I don't even know what that would be like.
You've reached Micah Thomas, real estate broker with Lutz Sales and Investments.
Okay, Micah, answer your phone. So I'm sending him a text message. He sent, he has an automated message.
Hi, you've reached Micah Thomas, real estate broker with Lutz.
So I'm going to call him 3 times. He sent me a text message, and I wrote back, can you talk? It's Trent. That's all I said. And so super casual, maybe it makes him think that he knows me. Okay, so he's not going to answer. So we're going to keep that one. I've got it. I've got all of his information here, and I'm going to move on to the next one. It's that simple. I'm just going to go to the next thing that I think is cool. 38%. I'm going to go with 100% at 14. This is a good one. So analyze the lead. And did you see what I'm looking for? I explained the 1% rule, right?
You want to say it again?
Sure. So $100,000. I want to make sure this at least rents for $1,000 a month. 1% of the purchase price, that $100,000, is what the rents are. This one, the rents are $1,310 or Section 8 $1,490. So I'll do $1,310. So this could be $131,000, and it would be something to call on. So this is a good one to call on. We don't have a whole lot of pictures. That sometimes tells you that there's a renter. Okay? So now I'm just going to call on it. That simple. It's just go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And that way you'll have, we're what, about a minute into this kind of little deal, and we're already calling on 2 places where we had Gene earlier who took 4 days to analyze 2 properties. I'm beating you up again, Gene. And we're doing the exact same thing, but in about 2 minutes. Because I want you guys on the phone. That's the only place that you're getting any kind of traction is by talking to realtors. If you're not talking to realtors, nothing's happening. Nobody's hearing that you've got anything that you can offer or anything. And so while you're waiting for them to answer, you can read.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail.
You can read the things. So I'm going to do it again. Again, those first few calls, they don't get them. They don't even see them. And it's cool on the iPhone. It will say share your contact with them, so you can just share. Daniel's part of hardcore realtors.
Call has been forwarded to
how
voicemail.
hardcore he is. I'm dying to know. But that's stuff you talk about. Like, Daniel, what is hardcore realtors? What's hardcore about realtors? Just give them a little bit of crap. Have a little bit of fun. All this should be fun the whole time. And so what's cool too in here is I can write a note that
been forwarded to voicemail. Person you're trying to reach is not available.
I'm gonna
At the
send him a
tone,
tag,
please
so I
record
can
your
say
message.
sent text.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Daniel, are you off being hardcore? Because it says hardcore realtors here. Hey, my name's Trent. I'm calling about 5224 East 8th Street. Give me a call back. I want to talk to you about it. Okay, that's it. Simple. Send text, left voicemail. And what's cool about Wholesale Atlas is you can save that. Okay, I've saved it, and then you heart this. And then if I go to this dashboard, it'll show up there. And so, well, that's not it. that's not neat after all.
It's probably got a load.
Yeah, maybe I might have done it too fast. So there. Okay, and I've got that. It saved it. Okay, now don't you dare. No, okay, good. And so there it is. And so now I know on my dashboard, these are leads that I'm going to be going after later on. Okay. So let's get one to answer. I kind of don't care about these that I'm looking at right now.
What's like when I do leave this stream with you, where would you recommend me calling? Like what area?
Yeah, I love anything in the bottom right hand part of the country. So Tennessee or Nebraska to Florida, like all that, like just that whole area is great. It's got good rents. If you want to slam dunk, Baltimore's crazy good.
Is it really?
The 1% rule is amazing there. Okay, so here we go. So here's another one. I kind of like this one. They did a little bit of work on the porch. 105. But they've got 37% in equity. So I'm not going to mess with their equity right now. I can, and that's another. We can come in with seller finance if we want to. Here we go. This one's getting $1,500 a month. Let's check it out. 105, and it's $1,500 a month. That could be 150, and it would be a good deal. We're looking at it. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice place. Boom, we're calling. See how hard it is to call? It isn't hard. You just do it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my whole point. You've got to hammer these because there's nobody's going to answer or whatever, but you can't cry about it. Like I hear so many people like, oh, I tried to call and nobody answered. I'm like, okay, call somebody else. 12 million properties out there right now.
Yeah,
I think you're not going to call, right? You're not going to call 12 million. Let's get on the next one. Everybody's looking for a reason to stop. And you're here on your own. So don't stop. Like, hammer these things. Be relentless. And you're going to get, if you really think about everything that you've done in life where you've succeeded, it wasn't an easy road. You had to go through it. But this is fun. You're here because you want to be
Hello,
here.
you've reached Hunter Shantz. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message.
Come on, Hunter.
What if you do one in Tennessee?
Yeah, where do you want? Give me a place.
Whatever you want. I don't really know anything out in Tennessee.
Memphis. And again, I don't get defeated by people not answering the phone. It's just the bottom line. There's no reason to. There's no like why
Hello,
worry
you've
about it.
reached Hunter Sean. Please leave your
And
name, number, and
I love calling them over and over again and just hammering the crap out of them. Because then they will call me later this afternoon and I can ignore their call. Okay, so we're at price a little high. Okay, so again, you like 100,000, right? So let's go here. We're gonna crank that up to 60 so we can see more of them.
Houses are going for nothing.
Right, but look at the it
Hello,
rents.
you've reached Hunter Sean.
Okay,
Please
so
leave
forget
your
I'm not gonna worry about that one. Again, I'm not actually calling these because I care right now. I'm calling it as an exercise. And so if I were doing it for real, I would be making sure I write down every single one, adding them to my contacts, all that stuff. 1,500, it's 43,000. Okay. How do we like that one? Okay, so more than likely it has renters or it's hammered inside. Great for investment, 2 large bedrooms, home needs, okay, so it needs work, we know that part, but we know it's 43,000. Okay, so we'll do a quick look at the area. Wholesale Atlas allows you to go right to the Zillow view of it. I go to the second map down here, and I just do a quick look at the neighborhood to see, where's that second map? Did I pass over it? There's a neighborhood map. Oh, there it is. And I do a quick look to see what things are going for. You know, there's 13,000, 12, like these are all super low. Okay, so this is the house I'm looking at. Everything around it is 26,000. So is this something I'm going to call on? They're asking 43. Yeah, I'll still call on it. They're asking 43 for it, but all the comps in the area are in 20s and it needs work. So this is a great one for a nice low ball offer. And so I always ask you guys to do it. So here, I'll do it. And so on this one, I'm not looking to build rapport because I don't love this thing. But let's see what we can do. And I don't know how many calls we've done, but in this short amount of time, we've done a bunch. And then we need somebody to answer. And so you got one answer. I didn't get any answers yet. Okay, let's see.
Hello.
Hey, Mike, I'm calling about your property, 2416 Hubbard.
What did you say, sir?
No problem. 2416 Hubbard Avenue in Memphis.
Yeah.
Is that your property?
Yeah, we have a contract on it.
Okay, cool. What's I mean, I'm looking at it. There's no real pictures. Is there a renter in there?
Is there what?
Is there a renter? Somebody there renting it?
I know it's just a family member living there.
Okay. And why are they selling it?
Because the owner wants some money.
The owner wants the money?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. What kind of offers have you been getting? Because I can't tell. I mean, it says it needs work, but how much work do you think it needs? Is there any way to get pictures?
I got your full price offer for 150. I've already got the contract on it.
You got an offer for 150?
Yeah. Is that high or low?
Oh, that's great. Take that. Yeah, because you've got it up on Zillow for 43. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I don't really know about that. That's a different house.
Oh, 2416 Hubbard?
No, this is not.
Huh?
I don't. That's not my listing. Oh, Hubbard. I don't know.
Hubbard with an H. Yeah, Hubbard. Are you?
I had one on Hubbard. I sold it for
gotcha.
85.
Oh, gotcha. No worries.
I sold it for 85,000.
Okay. Oh, so this one sold for 85?
Hubbard did, yes.
2416. Oh, so it's off market. No problem. I'll hang tight. See, most realtors aren't too organized.
I don't know. listing.
Here we
I don't
go.
think it's my listing. I had one on Hubbard. I mean, I was doing an email. I can save it here.
Okay, is this Mike? Is that Mike Parker?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's more than one Mike Parker out there.
say it again.
And there's more than one Mike Parker out there in real estate.
Oh, okay, but this is your phone number, 901-448. Is that you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so.
Okay, I'm going to my system now.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for doing that.
Okay. Okay, what's your address? Do you need to know?
It is, here we go, 2416 Hubbard Avenue.
Okay.
Hubbard.
Okay.
It's like a little yellow, kind of little yellow house.
Oh yeah, I think that is my listing. 2416. I forgot about it.
No worries.
I forgot about it. I've had it so long.
It's one of your favorites.
I'm glad you kind of kept me on the market. It's because the lady owns it out in California, and she's real hard to deal with.
Oh,
she will take around 28 to 30,000 for it.
She'll take 20?
28.
Oh, 28. How's it?
30,000.
What do you think?
I mean, 28 to 30,000 for it.
Well, I'm looking in the neighborhood, and that's kind of what the other houses are, like 23, 22. Yeah. Well, I mean, if she's, we're in California. That's where I live.
She's in LLIT is California.
Okay.
She's Chinese, I guess you might call Oriental.
Well, rugs are Oriental, Mike. People are Asian.
And I don't really know if she's ever seen the house. She just commented that she's pretty tight with her money.
Oh,
but
she is? Good for her.
She did have somebody that I think she said she would take 28 to 30,000 for it, one of the two.
Okay. Well,
and she tried to make it real complicated, like they paid my closing costs and all that, and I said no, just pay your own closing costs. Just tell me how much you pay for the house. And anyway,
okay,
it is available. I've never been in the house. I put it on the market.
Is there a lockbox on it?
No, sir. I understand you walk right in it.
Okay, this is really yeah. Well, hey,
do you live in Memphis?
No, I'm in California with the Oriental lady. So here, let's do this.
You know who she is.
No, I don't know who she is. When you said, that made me laugh. Let's do this if you can. Let's just make a quick offer to her. Tell her you got a buyer that will buy it for 10 grand. I know she'll probably say no, but we never know.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. I can tell her that, but
why not? Yeah, let's do that and see what happens. I mean, it's a pretty hammered place, and she's never seen it, so she might want to just get out of it.
No. I've been her talked enough. She could get the guy 1,000 months and months ago.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's time. Maybe she's ready for. Because yeah, what did she? Let me just see on public record. Let me see what she paid for it. Do you know what she paid for it?
I can find out.
It's a shame she hasn't done anything with it. Oh yeah, she bought it for $1,300.
Okay.
So she's killing it. Like yeah. Well, throw that at her. Just see what she says. And you've got my phone number. My name is Trent. Trent. Yeah, just let me know. And I mean, again, it's there's so many unknowns. Tell her I have no pictures of it, so I have no idea how much work it's going to need, and everything in the area is 20 grand. So I don't know where she's coming with a $30,000 price tag. But hey, we'll see what happens. But if you want to throw that out there, I would appreciate it.
Okay, dude, 10,000.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thanks so much. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
So he's massively unorganized, and so he's not even going to make that offer. But why not throw it out there and see what happens? So again, that's a time bomb. I'm just setting a time bomb. I don't have much expectations for it, and I'm definitely not going to wallow over it and wonder about it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my whole point here, you saw how he was a real pain in the butt at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I kind of turned him. because he kind of, he probably was sitting watching, Price is Right. And he's like, oh crap, I gotta get up and do some work. It's like, but let's have fun with people. Don't worry about like being offended, or because a lot of people, I feel people get really offended with people really fast in here, and it's like, don't. There's no reason. This is just, we're chasing deals. We are treasure hunters, and so let's do it from the standpoint of it's fun to treasure hunt.
Yeah.
And so if you keep that attitude, you're gonna have a way better time, and you're probably gonna have way more success.
Okay.
Did that help at all?
Yeah. No, absolutely. So now I'm gonna look into Atlas, and then I'm gonna go to Tennessee, and I'm gonna start dialing and calling. So.
and it's just rinse and repeat, and just see what happens. I mean, it's just one of those things, like. And take chances with people. Like the fact that he called Asian people Oriental cracked me up. And so I said something. But like, maybe I will offend some people, but also you build a rapport with people that way.
Yeah.
Like, next time I call, I'm going to say something about, hey, what did the Oriental lady say? And then he's going to have a connection with me, and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, I said Oriental. Whatever. But find those reasons to have them remember you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
In the there it is. The link's in there. If you go to that, you'll get use the promo code Trent at checkout, and you'll get 25% off your first month. It makes things super easy. It's
Okay.
kind of the thing to suggest to people, because it is absolutely simple.
Yeah, we just did like what 7-8 calls within a couple minutes.
Oh yeah.
If I was on Zillow, it would take me at least 30, 45. So it cuts time by a lot.
Yeah, I've still see. It's so funny. I mean, as much as I beat you guys about not making the phone calls and everything, I need to do a TikTok that is showing Zillow and the old way of doing things compared to Wholesale Atlas, and I still haven't done it. So I'm as guilty as you guys of procrastinating on things, and so that's why I've got such a great mind for it, is because I do it too. And so yeah, just set a goal today to do 20 calls, and just, again, call on things that are possible, but really work on your cadence and talking to people and being friendly and all that stuff, and see what happens. And be somebody different. You don't have to be you. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be the snotty guy. You can be the funny guy. You can be, but just don't be Oriental. That's all I ask.
All right.
Okay, bro. We'll go after. Let me know. I'm here every day. I've been really consistent about being live 8 to 10 every morning, and so I'd love to hear back and see how it's going for you.
All right. Yeah, I'll make the calls, and if I have any questions, I'll just join stage and ask you. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can DM me at any time. I check my DMs several times a day, and by the end of the night, I always make sure I look at them before I go to bed. So please lean on me. That's over at Wholesale. It got so big that there's no real holding your hand anymore, and so that's why I've kind of done what I'm doing, because I want to make it easier on you guys.
Appreciate it. All right, cool.
Okay,
Thank you.
man, take it. You bet. Okay, SW, what's up?
Yeah, so I found another deal I was hoping you could check out real quick. It's in your DMs.
Let's do it. And you have a camera, or you don't have a camera?
I do, but my Wi-Fi is so terrible it makes it glitchy when I turn it on.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so have you called on this?
Yeah, well, it's another one on Facebook, and they already. What's that?
Did you run it through Atlas yet, or no?
Yeah, I did, and I offered them $45K, and they said they would take that.
Oh, okay. Well, geez.
It's listed for 60, but the only thing is they want to close before August 1st, so that would make it, if we signed today, it'd have to be an 8-day inspection.
Right off the bat, it's listed for 32.
Well, that's on Atlas, but if you look on Facebook, it's 60 grand is what they're asking.
Okay, but I'm an investor, and I'm going to go on Zillow, and I'm going to say, hey, I wonder how much this thing's worth. Oh, Zillow says here it's $32,000.
Does
That's
Zillow
going
say
to be
that really?
yeah. Do you see my? Oh, here I'll share my screen. Starting to make life. I totally like to just crush dreams. That's kind of what I like to do. So the problem is with that is like people are going to any investor is going to go look at Zillow right away. That's the first place they're going to go. Here, I'll show you. Okay. 32,230.
Yeah.
It's off market, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to get more than that because everybody's going to look at that and go, wait, I want it for 32. Okay. So
even if that was listed before the renovations and stuff, because it's fully renovated right now.
Is it? Okay, let's double check
And
that.
the cash flow.
Okay, so good. No, this is good. Fight for these deals, guys. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go back to send me the Facebook link so I can take a look at it. Because if it's fully renovated and there's a reason to pay a little bit more, then great. But fully renovated and you got it for 40?
45.
45, okay. So let's see
how do I send you the link? I can send you the pictures I got off of it.
You can just right click and then go to messages for me, or you can put it. Do you care if anybody sees it?
I don't care.
Okay, just put it in the chat. You can just put it right in the chat.
It worked to your DM. I'm on my phone here.
Got it. And you're cool with everybody seeing it, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Here we go. Okay, so.
And then I'll send you over interior pictures because they sent those to me.
Okay. I won't let in as myself. Come on. Weird. Okay, there we go. Is this it?
Yeah. There's interior pictures in DM.
Oh, okay, you get the. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they've made a little bit of an effort. It's kind of a Okay.
And then it also is the lot next to it is part of it too. I don't know if that makes a big difference, but it's.
So the biggest thing you're going to have to do is get with them and say, hey, you guys, if I'm going to do this, you got to get rid of that Zillow listing because that Zillow listing will kill you. There's no way to sell it.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big part of this. Let me find. I had it. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. You got to sound like, hey, you guys are still up on Zillow. Can you delete that if I'm going to do this deal? Otherwise, ask him to say, I'd much rather get it for that price.
Okay.
Have you checked on PropStream?
I don't have PropStream.
Okay, let's see what they paid for it. Just a quick way to see what they paid for it. Okay, this is what they're saying on PropStream. Don't believe it. They don't have a mortgage, but property details. They bought it sales date in 2008. Looks like that's the last time it was sold.
So that's probably when it was on Zillow.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, 2008 is a long time ago. I don't see the price though of what they paid for it. That's weird. Usually they have a price in here so you can kind of see what they paid for it. See if PropStream has. Yeah, it doesn't say. So 2008 was the last time. That's public record. But in the area, the average sales price is 26,000. So I mean, they'll give you quick comps. I like doing the. Let's do it from Let's load real quick too and check. Thought I had it in here. So yeah, let's run your numbers real quick too and see if this is even. Do we know what the rents are?
850
Okay.
is what they recommended. It's
That seems
vacant
good.
right now, but
Okay.
he said last time it was rented for 750, and that was before the renovations.
Okay. So let's call it 750, just for just to be smart. And you're offering 40, yeah, or 45.
45.
And did they say yes pretty quickly to that?
Yeah. Surprisingly, I was probably could have
Yes.
went a little lower.
Yeah. So that tells me that so it doesn't cash flow at that price. Now, if you're 20,000, then we'd cash flow 435, and then you'd have this. It would be sellable at 20. And so let's go to 30. This is what's nice about wholesale outlets is you just can plug in the numbers and it pops it up. So 30 and then 40. 40 is probably right where yeah. So it goes 35 is going to be probably right where it goes negative. I mean, right before it
Yeah,
goes negative.
I ran the numbers off 850.
That's weird. That's the difference. Let's just see what 37,000. Cash flow's 316. That's so weird. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't think you're low enough. And especially since they have it up on Zillow, that's going to kill you big time. Anybody that can see that's not going to pay your price.
Okay.
All right. Crushing dreams.
No worries. On to the next. Or I'll offer them lower. I'll see what they say.
Yeah, I would just roll in and say, hey, I looked at this, and blame it on your lender always. Blame it on somebody else, and just say,
Blaming it on you.
Yeah, not on me. Heck yeah. See, Trent said, and they'll be like, who's Trent? I'm gonna kill him.
Because they actually want to talk to you. Because I sent them proof funds. You proof funds.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, just all you have to do is just set that up in the DMs. Just let me know when we're gonna talk, and I'll do my best to get on phone calls. But yeah, tell them it doesn't cash flow at their price. Say I ran all my numbers, and my lender said he can't lend on it because it won't. You can't get a loan on it because it doesn't cash flow at that price.
Okay.
They can't argue. Nobody can argue that. That's the beauty.
Right.
All right.
We'll do it.
Okay, take it easy.
Thank you.
Oh, we got trouble here. Kimberly's here. Let's see what's up. Kimberly, what is happening?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm currently checking on houses. I'm here. I'm depressed, but I just have to
You're
keep
not
going, I
depressed.
guess.
There's nothing, the only thing that the reason you're depressed is because you built stuff up in your head. Stop doing that. Assume that
bummed up,
it'll work out.
I have to keep moving.
You've got to keep moving. What are you going after now?
Right now, I'm just like, I try to check. It's weird because I'm logged here for Hold My Hand Wholesale, and I check on the buy boxes to see the properties, but like I cannot log in, and I'm just like, whatever. But right now, I'm checking on properties.
Your buy
I was
box
trying to
still-
get into buy box, but it doesn't let me log in. It wants me to purchase it again, and I'm just like, what's going on? But right now, I'm just gonna call on Zillow around Detroit.
Okay.
And
Here, let me give you some.
Okay.
You don't have Wholesale Atlas, right?
No, my week thingy expired.
Okay, so let me give you some. I'm gonna give them away. Give them away. You like Detroit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Detroit, Michigan, those are like nice areas, I think.
Detroit and Michigan?
I mean,
You like
no,
Michigan?
like nice.
Which do you like better? Do you like Michigan better than Detroit, or Detroit better than Michigan?
Let's go for Michigan.
You want Michigan instead of Detroit?
Let's go Detroit, man.
You know where Detroit is? In Michigan.
I'm not from America.
I'm not from America. Stop it.
I
You
live on the country of California.
California. That's like saying, let's call LA or California. Okay,
Yeah.
Detroit. So let's get you something sexy here. You deserve it. We're gonna get you out of your depression. Let's go. We're gonna go to page 2. Let's find you something. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 of these, and you're gonna. I'll just send them over to you. Okay, there'll be links, so it'll look like you've got Wholesale Atlas, but you just won't be able to search anything else. But you'll be able to do the comps and everything. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna find some pretty ones. Let's go one more. One more page. Okay, this one. Everybody's boarded up. Let's go one more page. Let's get at least 2. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, you ready? These are going to be ones to call on.
Let me screenshot this real quick.
Nope, you don't need to. I'm going to send it to you.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I just said. Why don't you listen?
I'm like a little bit sad, but okay.
Sad? What?
I just need to come back.
Being sad is such a waste of time.
Sorry, I have emotions.
Well, don't have them. Okay, I'm going to have you do that one. I'm going to have you do this one. This one looks good too. And the reason I'm saying these are good is because the rents are nice and high and the prices are nice and low. Okay. Look at that. And that's yellow. You love yellow. That's a happy color. So I'm sending you this one.
Okay.
Okay. That just, you get sunshine all day. Okay. That's cool. And let's see. I'll get you another one. Let's see what I like. What do I like? I like all 3 of these. 69 and 1300. This one I don't like. But this one is fine too. I'm gonna send you this one. Okay, this is number 3. Guys, I just found 3 properties to call on in less than a minute. And now Kimberly, you are set for the day. Click on those, make sure they work. Make sure that works for you.
Okay.
Do you know where
First
they are?
phone call, I will report.
Report. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Your Spanish report.
Report.
Okay, so can you click on those that I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure, and they're coming up. I'm going to test one just to make sure.
Wholesale Atlas. Yeah.
It worked? Good. Okay. So that's what's cool about Wholesale Atlas too, is you can share these things with each other. Okay, good.
That's
All
very
right.
good, actually. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to call one right now, or I just do that on my own?
Because I'm gonna go call on mine at the same time. You let me know tomorrow what's going on.
Okay.
And we got to get you on Wholesale Atlas as soon as you can afford it, and because I know you're gonna have a lot of expenses moving.
Yeah.
All right. Do your thing.
Thank
Later.
you.
Bye. Josh, what's going on? Come on up.
Hey, I just wanted to give some words of encouragement here. So, you guys realize that you're closer than you think to $1 million. So, I want to break this down. If you guys only have $1, you're only 20 doubles away from $1 million.
That's
if you
not
have
bad.
$100, you're only 14 doubles away from $1 million.
Okay.
So, if you have $1 million right now and you're earning 6%, you make $5,000 a month, right? If you wholesale one house a month, you're earning the same amount of money as a person with $1 million that's earning 6%. So that is being what I call a virtual millionaire. So it's the same thing. So if you can do that, you're a millionaire.
Totally attainable. I love that. That's really great. That's super good advice.
So,
Hey
I mean,
guys, like,
and to put it I could take it into real estate too. Like if you had, say somebody has $100,000 to invest right now, if you put $25,000 down on each house, you can buy 4 houses, right? If you
Yep.
put 5% down on each house, you can buy 20 houses. So the difference between the two, so if you're making $500 per house, you make $2,000 a month with 4, right? That's just realistic numbers. But if you buy 20 houses and you're making 500 a month, you know, the number there is let's see, 400, uh, it'd be a difference of about $2 million in your net worth. So if you just bought houses at 5% down, $100,000 houses, and you bought 20, you would basically have a $2 million portfolio just with that. Just turning 100,000, putting 5% down, by 20 houses, you're worth $2 million. And that's what you bring in 20 years. You know, if you invested in the stock market that same 100,000 and you earn 8%, it'd only be 466,000 versus 10%, you'd make 672,000. So you're beating the stock market by like 4 times if you're able to get in, not put money into the deal, basically buy them for, you know, 5,000 down. Seller finance would be ideal. But you could scale a portfolio with very little money and become a real millionaire. And I think the goal, everybody, don't lose sight of this, is financial freedom. You know, the first house you buy gives you a home, but the second house you buy makes you rich.
That's perfect. Hey, let's try to get Gene back up on stage. I'm going to check in though, and let's see how many he's called on. No, that is good stuff. No, and it's simplifying. It's making it possible. That's the having those is great.
We're all closer than we think, you know, and if you have a little bit of practice with this, it's so possible. Like, I'm a living testimony of this. Like, this worked for me. You know, I have the fruitful life to show for it, and it's changed my life where I'm able to get on live. I don't have a job. You're listening to a guy who, and that's the funny thing. I'm unemployed, right? But I have businesses. Like, but you would think, well, you don't want to listen to a guy that's unemployed. Yes, you do. Because I have jobs.
Absolutely. Well, I'm trying to get Gene to come up on stage. Gene, if you're still around, come up on stage. I want to check in with you. Let's see how it's going. Okay, maybe he's not coming up. Okay, well, I am out of here. Do you want to hang out?
I got to go, actually. I just had another agent call me back on a deal, but I'm going to be traveling the next couple days. I've got some stuff out of town. I'm going to be in Nashville meeting some country music stars, hopefully trying to get some of their money to invest in real estate. So wish me luck. But I'll try to go live from my hotel.
Okay, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you, Josh.
Thanks, Trent. See you.
Hey, guys. That's it for me today, too. We went a little bit over, about 44 minutes, but that's cool. Get on the phones. You guys get on the phones. Okay, I'm out of here. Gene, you better be on the phones. Like, that's all I can tell you. And I want to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I'll see you guys then.